Cursed Hollow.
ESM, week number 6. Illusion Esports, 2+2. Going into this best of 3. Cursed Hollow, the first map. And I think we're ready. And I think they're ready with the Dahaka band coming out first. Or maybe Tyrael. I don't know. They're cycling. They're thinking about it. So this is, of course, on the new patch. Some pretty significant changes to Uther and Ariel. A lot of people speculating that Ariel might be a little bit less powerful now without that level 7 talent. Though I think they took away her level 7 talent for sure. That bursting light is going to change her a bit, but I don't know, man. I think that all the rest of the changes were buffs, so I think she could end up being a little bit stronger. So we'll have to see where that goes. Meanwhile, Anubarak and Abathur are the first bands out here. Illusion not wanting to see Abathur come out on the home of Abathur, Cursed Hollow. Dahaka going to be the first pickup here by 2+2. Hard to skip out on Dahaka on the global maps like Cursed Hollow when he's up. So 2+2 will scoop that right up. Illusion, pretty famous for their Illidan play. Have it open here, but they're going to go with the Greymane instead. Rhaegar, a pretty strong support. I think a lot of people are starting to lean more towards that Rhaegar now that the Ariel and the Uther changes have been applied in this patch. The armor changes to Uther make him a little bit less attractive of an option. Rhaegar has been in the meta for a very long time. Pretty constant solo healing option. That Ancestral can be really, really strong as well, of course, to keep up your divey heroes, like the Greymane. Not to mention that he's an amazing camp taker as well. One of the only supports that you can say that about. Meanwhile, the side of 2+2 going to stick with the Uther, even through these changes, and the Cassia coming out.
New follower detected.
Kayla Claudia, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Cassie has been a hero that we've been seeing slowly emerge more and more here in ESM and in the heroes community in general. She's pretty strong when you have the opportunity to go into close quarters combat. She's kind of one of those ranged heroes that swap into the melee occasionally, kind of like Greymane, where a lot of his abilities are ranged based, but then eventually he dark flights in and is going to turn into that melee hero. Same thing with Fend for Cassia. She kind of wants to be up in your face, but then also, you know, kind of wants to walk that dangerous line between being that ranged safe hero. He does have a few ranged abilities, of course, with the blinds and that throw, javelin throw. I don't actually know the name of the ability, but it's like she throws that spear. Maybe it's spear throw. Who knows? Who knows? Somebody does. Anyway, Stitches coming out as the ban here for Illusion Esports. Been pretty popular in the meta ever since Pool Party. I'm sure that had nothing to do with it, though. Malthael going to be a ban out here for 2+2. Which foreshadows that they probably want a second tank with the Haka. That's what you would kind of expect. You know what else that foreshadows? It foreshadows a little bit of Cho and a little bit of Gaul. And Nubarak also a pretty big proponent of countering the Cho'Gall. So both of these bans for 2+2. I mean, it could be a thing. It's not typical with the Uther healer, but you know they've got the global Dahaka to be able to still rotate around and get extra soak. So I mean, it could be a Cho'Gall. I guess we'll have to see. Muradin and Falstad coming out here for Illusion Esports. Ground Muradin and Air Muradin coming out. So again, just going with that global rotation ability, making their comp pretty well-rounded, leaving that last flex pick for, you know, possibly a second frontliner, possibly split push siege specialist, possibly a second support They've got their options wide open over on the side of Illusion Esports. All the while, 2+2 going to have to decide what they want to do here. These last 2 picks. Ideally need another frontliner and probably want more damage. They didn't snap pick the Cho'Gall, so they're thinking long and hard about what they want to play here. Arthas still on the table. All of the mages are still up. We're gonna see so we are gonna see Johanna for the blinds in front. Is a decent counter to the Greymane. A little bit of a counter to the Falstad as well. So a lot of Falstads also going with the more mage stad heavy build. To see what direction Illusion wants to go with that. But double blind. So maybe anticipating an Illidan or something in here that they wanted to make sure could not see through the fog of war in this one. One last pick for Illusion. You know, ideally, you do want another frontliner. You've got your camps covered. Could see the Leoric pick up here. Trying to isolate, possibly punish the fact that Cassia doesn't have any additional mobility. Could see the value in that one, and there it is. They will go ahead and go to the Leoric. Also good in the solo lane, good AoE damage. Not bad in the rotation game. Pretty standard draft by both of these teams. I gotta admit, I didn't see the Lily coming, but you know, with the Cassia, gets extra value from the blinds, so totally can see that pick up here in hindsight, being pretty solid. All right, here we go. As Valera likes to say. Best of 3 series here. Illusion Esports, a 2+2. I'm going to start it out on Cursed Hollow. One of our favorite maps here in the Nexus. One of the biggest maps in the game. I see a lot of strategy game.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Let's actually check one quick thing before we get started today. Alright, we got it. We are ready to go. We are loaded into the Nexus. And on the left, we have Illusion Esports with Rogue playing the Falstad. Neden's going to be on the Rhaegar. Matt going to be playing Greymane. King is going to be playing the Leoric. And Kosher on the Muradin. On the right, your reigning champions here in ESM. It is 2+2. Fire Team going to be playing the Uther. Axon going to be playing Cassia. Hollis on the Johanna. McNulty going to be playing Lily. And Tithel going to be playing the Dahaka. Right away, full 5-man rotation to the bot. And you've got that Dahaka to be able to roam around and help you in the global game. Can rotate right to the top. So 3-man defense here for the side of Illusion Esports. So they're going to be able to push them off of that tower. They do get about half the tower worth of damage, so a little bit of value down here. Game noise is a little loud. Let me adjust that real quick. Alright, and right away they go into the 3v3 in the bot. Lily rotates up to answer to the Falstad in the mid. And Dahaka will go ahead and burrow his way right to the top, and we will see Leoric versus Dahaka, a classic battle for the ages. Kosher getting very low, but he's Muradin. I'm going to step out for a couple minutes. That third wind talent at level 1, he's going to be able to get healed right back up. Don't even need Neddens to help him with that one. But Neddens might need some help. Kosher got the dwarf toss in and try and help his doggy buddy get out of trouble there. And he will be able to back off here and get on out for the moment. Well, we do see Solid wave clear coming out here from 2+2. The Johanna and the Cassia. Plenty of damage to be able to clear these waves up real quick. And be able to pressure back the side of Illusion Esports. So we will see Neddens going ahead and hitting the B button. He's going to go back, heal up, and get started on that camp. We do see both teams starting to rotate out towards these camps as they get ready to spawn. It's going to be Cassia and Uther up here. Rhaegar on the other side. In the mid, Rogue and McNulty, back and forth they go. Tithel able to pressure Leoric out of lane. He had to hit the B button in the top. Meanwhile, with Rhaegar being able to solo that camp, that's going to give a 2-for-1 advantage here. Time. Thank you very much for the bits, my friend. I appreciate it. And we'll have to see what they want to do with the rotations here. We see both camps have been picked up, pushing back in each lane. HotS and Kosher are here. We're going to see 3 members of each team rotating on into this one. Actually, 4 members for 2+2. They can do math way better than I can, that's for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Rogue going ahead and flying down. Going to turn this into a 4v4. Leoric and Dahaka still staying in the top. The poking game is underway as Kosher taking a fair amount of damage, but McNulty able to cast there. Nice zoning here by 2+2, able to push Illusion Esports on out. Be able to work their way out to getting their first tribute. Meanwhile, in the bottom, the siege camp still alive. Has not been able to be cleared up here by Illusion Esports just yet. Kosher going to get in there and get a couple hits in on it, but look at the turn. Side of 2+2, not going to let him get away with that for free, that's for sure. Cocktail coming out here from Matt, trying to continue to chunk this down all the while. We got Bozier on the follow, thank you very much. Neither team prioritizing that siege camp here in the second rotation. Both teams just getting out to lane. Level 7 advantage here for 2+2. Still haven't seen the first blood come out in this game. Fire team, though, on the cast. Look at Kosher. Dwarf tossing in to get the 1 stall. That is all he's going to get. He might end up getting a death for his trouble, though. Gets the dwarf toss cooldown back up and not quite able to take him down. A well-timed cleanse there by Neddens to help him get out of that one. Meanwhile, this whole time, King's been up here in this top lane doing his thing. We saw Tithel rotate to the bottom to help secure that trib. That's going to be 2 tributes for 2+2 here. Meanwhile, both teams now rotating out to go ahead and grab these bruiser camps. Picked up first here by Illusion Esports, and they will go directly onto the boss here. Still covering all 3 lanes, though, is the side of Illusion Esports. These teams are spread out, but actually, just as I say that, 4-man commitment to finish off this boss play. Dahaka will be able to stay down here and keep this cleared out, work on chunking down the boss a little bit, but the rotation coming in here from Illusion Esports, about level 8 for each team, and Leoric caught a little bit deep into the side of 2+2 here. Gonna have to Wraith Walk out. The poke war has begun. Dahaka still in the bot lane. It is gonna go ahead and come up. Gonna be looking to that drag on to somebody, I would imagine. We'll miss it on the gray main there, but the 5-man commitment, and we will see Illusion Esports start to back up. Fire team on the cast, just barely interrupted there by King. Let's the drag onto Muradin and the dwarf toss. He dies mid-flight in that dwarf toss there. The boss has been pushing in the bot lane, but that's going to be the curse going over to the side of 2+2. They're going to be able to get some siege damage here. They have the siege camp still in the mid. Falstad having to fly out to get out of that situation. Axon with a very aggressive rotation. But they instantly prioritize the mid and the top. They're going to get a couple of forts for their trouble here. 3-man commit to the defense here.
New follower detected.
Edmund Agrots, thank you very much for the follow. In the mid lane, getting some solid damage out here onto the front wall. Dahaka goes ahead and brush strokes to the bottom lane and help them get a little bit of XP there. Kosher jumping in, trying to get the punishing out, but look at the blind power here. They turn with the Divine Storm, and they're able to poke Matt and Rogue almost to death here. Kosher pops that avatar, jumps back in. King goes ahead and gets that Entomb out, able to isolate him, but they're not quite able to get the finishing power after Rogue and Matt had been poked down so low. Their assassins could not possibly follow up on that play. The side of 2+2 will walk away. Their boss still up here. And they're waiting. Oh, and they'll find King way out of position. He's going to go down. They will instantly go ahead and turn on this boss, inviting Illusion to come in here for a 4v5 fight. We do see Matt actually finishing his cocktail there. Throws out the cursed bullet. They are focusing down Fire Team. Not exactly the focus target you want, but the Cup's able to keep the side of 2+2. Very healthy here. Illusion trying to kite back, trying to get the poke damage out. But at the end of the day, I don't know if they can pull this off. Leoric comes back alive, and they're going to go ahead and leash the boss here. It's kind of rough. But now, at the end of the day, Illusion is much higher in HP. They got to be very careful here. You see the Entomb come out. Hollis not able to help Dahaka. McNulty also in abject horror here is going to end up going down. While these lanes still pretty far pushed out, but now it's going to be Illusion's turn. They are going to turn and start wrecking this boss. They have a lot of good wave clear. I mean, a lot of good, I should say, PvE damage on it, especially with that Lightning Bond talent. The Greymane does a ton of damage. Falstad as well. Full concession mode here for the side of 2+2. They will give up this boss to Illusion Esports. They'll instead grab the camp in the bot lane. Granted, again, the lanes are pretty well pushed out here. But Illusion does not care. They are going to get siege damage the old-fashioned way. They don't need these curses or these tributes at all. They're going to just give themselves a second fort and start to even this game out just a little bit. About a level behind here still is Illusion Esports. They're taking fights when it counts. The interesting Wraith Walk there by King. Is that like the Wraith Walk version of a B-step? That's what I'm seeing. Tithel does hit the drag out onto Rhaegar, and they are able to focus him down. Another pick going over to the side of 2+2. Do a nice job of isolating there. Axon jumping in with that fend. Well, another tribute spawning here. This is probably going to be another tribute going over to the side of 2+2. They will go ahead and invade this camp. I like the smart play here. They're going to invade it as 5 so that Illusion doesn't feel like they can come in here and contest it. So nice steal there. All the while Falstad grabbing the siege camp, which will be pushing out that top lane. The only lane that's really in favor of Illusion Esports right now. A big wave gathering in the top. Looks like Dahaka is heading up to deal with that. Camp cleared out here by Illusion. Let's talk about some of these builds. So we didn't see the D-Shield coming out, but really, you know, the only person to save with that would be the Cassia. Instead, going for the high sustained healing ult for the jugs of 1,000 cups from the Lily. for the side of 2+2. Pretty standard choices coming out all around the board otherwise. Adaptation, Blessed Shield. Oh my goodness. HotS going in, trying to contest that boss. Side of Illusion turning around and punishing him for it. You see the Entomb coming out here. Ancestral is going to be able to land onto Kosher. Both these teams looking like they're going to walk away here. Illusion worse for wear after that team fight. Neden's going to need a little bit of time to bring his team back up. That heal is strong, but it's on a long cooldown. King gets dragged, but now they've got Tithel zoned out. He's at that race car build, but he's still not fast enough. Burrow will save him for a few seconds, but he will end up falling here. All the while, the boss getting a little bit of work done here in the bot lane. Will be cleared up by 2+2, but hey, I think this could be a tribute. Falstad flying on through. And the first tribute of the game going to go on over to Illusion Esports. Just in time for them to block that second curse from 2+2. Only camp left on the map. Going to be picked up here by 2+2. What's the boss timer at, I wonder? Minute 30. All these bosses have been completely offset this game. Both teams slowly making their way towards level 16. Slight advantage to the side of 2+2. But the side of Illusion has been catching up in the XP game, so they're real close at this point. Siege Camp going to be pushing out that bottom lane slowly but surely. Yeah, the drag on a Rhaegar was really solid there. A little bit earlier in this one. Tithel getting the work done on that Tahaka. Siege Camp coming up here for Illusion. Pretty standard builds across the board, I would say. Surprised to see Uther going with that Wave of Light talent. Armor worth less here. So the additional armor also worth a little bit less. But I suppose Smashu, thank you for the follow. A little extra health doesn't hurt. King getting on out. And here we go. Curse going over to the side of 2+2. Strong rotational advantage for them here. Both teams level 16 at this point, but this Curse could be trouble. They do have the Siege Camp pushing in top, which will pretty much negate the top lane. But look at the pressure in the bot. Tithel, hit by that Cursed bullet, gets chunked down. But the Cups keeping everybody alive. And the turn is real. Ancestral not in time to hit the Leoric. That was so close, though. You see the Ancestral is now back up. But backing up also is Illusion Esports as their keep is going down. The mid keep is also under a lot of pressure. Illusion realizes this. They're going to go ahead and clear up the mid. But here comes 2+2. Come on in and put pressure on this one as well. The Siege Camp finally falling in the top, but the real story here is the damage coming out onto Kosher. Receives the Ancestral. Neden's gets it in time, but Axon pressuring him back out. The Curse does end up ending here. The Entomb onto HotS. They are able to focus him down, and all of a sudden it's a 1-for-0. But Greymane falls in response. 2+2. Forcing him back here, saying no thank you. Milty, a little bit of a risky B there. A little risky business. But it's the job done none the same. Look at the side of Illusion Esports. They realize that this boss is a definite possibility. And again, right after this curse, when you'd love to push out these lanes and get the XP, it's tempting to just not worry too much about the boss play, but keep in top, something they want to preserve. Meanwhile, Cup's coming out yet again to keep the side of 2+2 very healthy. This is a 4v4. The side of Illusion is much lower in health here. They are going to keep the boss alive for now. The Entomb comes out. Kosher jumping in, but they turn around on King, and he gets completely blown up. HotS is also back here. Greymane taking a little bit longer to come back in. The drag from Tithel onto Kosher. They are able to stun him out of the Dwarf Toss, and he is going to go down. 2 picks going over to the side of 2+2. My goodness, what a play coming out from them, and that's going to be a boss. Going over to the side of 2+2 as the lanes start to push out here. It will be trading bosses, though. Illusion quickly rotating down, and this is not going to be something that 2+2 is going to be able to get to in time. But they got to worry about that keep in the mid and now the top with the boss pushing. A couple of catapults starting to line up and chunk down the shielding here. This top lane under assault from a massive wave. And 2+2 is looking to capitalize. They're going to be the pressure in the mid lane. Causes all 3 of these lanes, all 5 of the lanes somehow. Meanwhile, the aggression coming in here from the side of 2+2, they are coming in. The gust to disengage. McNulty actually not getting hit by that one. And those cups keeping his team very healthy. King getting very low here. The Ancestral misclicked onto Kosher there. End up having a deadly Auric once again. He'll be able to come back, but will he be able to come back in time to save this game? Rotation here to the top. 2+2. Gonna be able to focus down Muradin once again. The Divine Storm coming out. Kosher gonna end up getting rooted by the boss after all that. Rough game for a simple Muradin. And that is going to do it. 2+2. Going to turn their sights onto the core. Going to aid the boss. They pick up the Greymane pick to boot. The boss is on the other side as well going into the core. But not going to be enough. The side of 2+2 taking the win here in game number 1 of our best of 3 series on Cursed Hollow. Pretty solid game coming out from 2+2. They played the macro game really, really well. They definitely had the rotational advantages throughout the game. They had the both teams had a global each, but Tithel definitely getting the advantage in the XP contribution game over Rogue. A lot more split pushing. They had a good solid level advantage through a lot of this one. Had the level 20s there at the end to be able to push in with. And I don't know, it was that boss call at the end, I think, that really helped him out with it. Are able to pressure Illusion into a fight that they may not have wanted to take. Are able to win that fight, get a couple of picks. And boy, these guys are ready to go. So map number 2 is going to be on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's see. All right. Clicking right along today. Oh, Tithel. Didn't see that coming. I gotta admit. I suppose that makes sense with the Y. Let's see.
Amazing games. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much, Bahamut. I appreciate it. We will try to keep this rolling every week for you guys. I've definitely been having a lot of fun casting for these matches. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many teams show up to me. You know, I just want to cast Heroes of the Storm, see you guys have some fun, and put on a good show for everybody. So that's what I will continue to do. Esta Grease. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate the support, as always. And Warfram 690 as well. Thank you for the follows. Looks like we are about ready to head into game number 2 here. Fire Team, thank you for the bits. Ha! Yes, we will. I'll probably make some sort of PogChamp something. Game number 2 here. Tomb of the Spider Queen. 2+2. Up 1-0 here over Illusion Esports. In this best of 3 series. These guys wanted to make it more than a best of 3. I was like, these guys really want to play.
New follower detected.
Digging Eggs. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, my friend. Bahamut Gaming gets to be our new top cheerer. All the while, we are on Tomb. We're going to see Wave Clear. Going to be a premium here. The Stukov ban, not something we normally see here as a first ban. But Stukov is pretty strong in general in the meta right now. His healing numbers are pretty ridiculous. Also has good disengage potential. You know, we talk about the Falstad Gust to be able to disengage. That flailing arm, also something to be able to help zone out for your team. And Sylvanas, the early ban here from 2+2. Again, you know, I mean, I see the Sylvanas value in a map that has the objective push like the Spiders do, for sure. But it's kind of rough. It's kind of a really early pick here, a really early ban for the side of 2+2. I don't know if there weren't some heroes that might have been stronger to ban here than the Sylv. I don't know, maybe that's something that Illusion does regularly, though. These teams might know each other. Know something I don't. Uther are going to be the first pick up here. You know what I've noticed? Is that these teams seem to not be prioritizing the Ariel at all here. Very interesting. Me personally, I still think she's pretty strong. You know, I've played her a couple times this week, especially in team setting. I feel like she's still pretty good. Daddy is stated. Thank you very much for the follow. What up, Daddy? Meanwhile, 2 picks going over here for 2+2. Start to get an idea of what they're trying to build here. Dahaka still open on the table. Gul'dan still an option for that wave clear potential. Could go with some more frontline heavy heroes. Could try to get their tank here. Probably want to get the healer before the healer chokehold is cut off. Maybe like the Rhaegar. You're going to see Malthael coming out as their first pick. And the Stitches. Okay. So they are saying no thank you to the healing pool right now. Illusion. Got 2 picks coming up here. What do they want to? The question is, what do they want to pair with the Uther? Genji still available. Greymane is pretty obvious option. Also a good denial pick for the Stitches. So they could end up going directly into the gray main here. A couple of tanks still on the board that they probably wouldn't mind having, but they're going to go to the KT for their wave clear. We've seen a small revival of Kael'thas lately.
New follower detected.
The Manus, thank you very much for the follow. A new Barak going to be the ban out here for 2+2. Not surprising, one of the strongest tanks in the meta. Could have actually been something that Illusion picked up there in that first rotation. But Kael'thas still, again, very strong wave clear. Also a really good follow-up to the Stitches hooks. So I can definitely respect that prioritization here on the Kael'thas. Ban coming up here for Illusion. They can still continue to apply that support chokehold, banning out the Stukov early. They have Uther. Could deny possibly the Rhaegar here if they wanted to. Or the Malfurion, who's also really good follow-up to the Stitches, but I'm going to go with the Ariel ban. I would expect to see probably double support with the Malfurion here for 2+2. They have a lot of damage coming out from the Malthael. Well, there's the Malfurion. And the Nazebo. Alright, so they're going to keep their options open. They've got a lot of damage coming in from the Nazebo and the Malthael. One thing I will say that I'm not too big a fan of in the damage department here for 2+2 is that both Nazebo and Malthael are both damage over time heroes. There's no upfront damage. So it might be a little bit hard for them to find picks, particularly if Illusion decides to go with a second healer. Something like a Lily that can help keep them up through that poison damage. So I feel like they've opened themselves up a little bit to being countered for that. But let's not forget Malfurion does also deal a little bit of upfront damage himself. Could also go into the healing reduction roots talent at level 7 if they decide to go double healer. The Diablo coming out here from Illusion. A couple of dive heroes for the side of Illusion, and they will go with the Dahaka to close it out. So they're going to stick with the single support Uther. Against the spread damage of Malthael and Nazebo, that could end up being a problem here. Much like Lunara, Uther suffers against Malthael and Nazebo because of those damage over time effects and that spread damage that they can do. How does 2+2 want to close this one out? Malfurion, not the strongest healer in the meta, usually likes to run with a secondary support. Could see something such as a Tassadar, though I feel like Tassadar got nerfed pretty heavily this week. I think he'll still be relevant, but not super highly picked. Could see something like possibly a Tyrande coming out or a Lily. We've seen 2+2 already play that today. But instead, they are going to go full ham with the damage over time. Wow, it's Stitches too. Stitches, Malthael, Nazebo, and Lunara. Holy poison damage, Batman. They're gonna look to prove me about as wrong as I could be here in this one. I love it. So spicy. All right. Game number 2. These guys are choosing all of my favorite maps today. I love it. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Probably my favorite map in the game. When they took Tomb out of the ranked rotation, I'm not going to lie, I thought about Thought about stopping playing ranked, but it's okay. We'll make it team. It'll be back in someday, I promise. Hopefully soon. But we are loading in here. Game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider Queen on the left. It is Illusion Esports. Kosher going to be playing the Diablo. Neddens on the Uther. Rogue is going to be playing the Dahaka. King is going to be on the Greymane. And Matt will be on the Kel'Thas.
New follower detected.
Flame Gina, thank you very much for the follow. On the right, 2+2. Up 1-0 in the series so far. Axon going to be playing the Zebo. Tythel going to be on the Malthael. There we go. We got it. Fire Team going to be playing the Malfurion. Hollis is going to be on the Stitches. And McNulty going to be playing the Lunara. A little bit of body blocking here from both teams onto these minions. We will meet right around in the middle, though. Dahaka immediately rotating to the bot. Hollis going to be looking for a hook here. Maybe, maybe not. All right, good talk. Both teams rotating directly to the top. They've got these 4-man rotations on, except in the bottom lane. Tythel gets hit by the drag. King going to be able to get in there with Rogue. Solid drag there by Rogue. Tythel gets picked off in the bot lane. Had a couple follows come in there. Dark Powers, thank you very much for the follow. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the rotations are on here. 2+2. A little bit of a rotational advantage. I think they have pretty solid wave clear, but so does the side of Illusion. With KT, they've got wave clear 4 days just from a single Q. It is indeed the Mana Addicts talent coming out here from Matt, and I love that call against the Stitches hook and ladder comp that they're running right here. Look at the poison damage coming out from the side of Illusion here. I thought there was a lot of poison on the other side, but Hollis getting poked low, able to just as I say that, the cocktail over the wall. Was it the cocktail? I don't know. I thought I saw the cocktail, but we'll see. Either way, second blood actually. I had 2 picks. Another kill going over to the side of Illusion Esports. Axon going to be looking to stack it up in this one. Kosher does go ahead and toss him over. Hollis trying to get that helping hand, but Fire Team steps right in front of that one. Multi getting a little bit low, but nothing the Fire Team can't fix up. Glizzy, thank you very much for the follow.
New follower detected.
And Thumby, also, thank you for the follow as well. Rotations are on here. Slight rotational advantage so far for the side of 2+2. But the gem count definitely being dominated here by Illusion Esports. Those 2 picks, a couple gems have been dropped, but patient soaking here. Meanwhile, isolation here onto Hollis. Diablo able to charge him out of position, and Hollis not going to be able to make it out of this one either. Gonna drop a few of these gems on the ground, and those 5 gems maybe in reach for 2+2. So they go ahead and back off here. And the turn-ins are on. 48 dropped in to the bank. Neddin's going to be looking to finish that one off. My name is Jeff. Well, hello, Jeff. Thank you very much for the follow. The follow train is powerful today, boys. Yeah, he's just a sub. But that's okay. Fire team here today. Filling that support role. Meanwhile, first turn in secured here for Illusion Esports. They are pushing into the top. Mid lane being covered by Lunara for the clear out. Get the front wall down here. Got about a level lead going right now for the side of Illusion Esports. All the while, the mid lane also under assault here by the Webweaver. Kosher goes in, gets the isolation, and Lunara gets completely blown up. My goodness. The burst damage. I mean, that's what you expect from a Grey main, but still. Typho gonna have to back out of this situation. While front wall's down in pretty much every lane here. Or at least out of ammo for the most part. A little bit of a brawl going on here in the top lane. And Neden's getting very low. Full spider build coming out from Axon. And this one, he's going to be looking to get some nice isolative kills. But 4-0. Oh, and Kosher just barely gets hit by that max range hook. Whew. Oh, Lunara going down in the mid lane. Poor dear. Level 10 being really closed in on here by Illusion. Axon gets caught out, and look at the gems on the floor. Illusion looking to tie this series up. 2+2 having more of a late game comp. I think a lot of their damage comes in with some of these later talents. Nazebo, infamous for being one of the most late game spiky heroes in the game. Malfurion also not a very strong healer until later in the game. He can start to get some of the talents at 13, 16, and 20 that really make him a legit healer. Until then, he's just not that powerful with his slow heals over time.
New follower detected.
Real Lucius, thank you very much for the follow. In the mid lane, we'll see the camp picked up here by 2+2, trying to relieve a little bit of the pressure, but that's exactly where Illusion is going to go to apply it. Try and take down this camp quickly. Meanwhile, the side of 2+2 going to rotate to the top. This guy's got a lot of composure. They're not going to freak out from getting a little bit behind here in the early game. HotS is going to get charged in on, though, and look at the focus damage. He gets completely blown up there. The APOC comes out to also zone. Vire team in a lot of trouble. They will be able to back out of this situation, though. Rogue not quite able to isolate the second target, but they get another pick. 7-0 coming out from Illusion Esports here. But like I said, we see a lot of composure in a lot of these matches from 2+2. Definitely the team we see the most here in ESM. They're going to be able to come back in this one. If they don't completely lose their cool here, Malthael ends up falling. But look at the turnaround here. Matt getting very low. King actually is going to end up succumbing maybe to the poison. No, it's Kosher that goes down. King actually makes it out. KT and Dahaka not so lucky. We'll see Kosher coming back into this one. While turn-in being secured here by the side of 2+2. And there it is. You know, they saw that one opportunity. They felt that Illusion had overextended a little bit in the mid, and they turned. Secure themselves a Webweaver, and now they will be looking to get some siege damage out. They do have some pretty tremendous siege damage potential, and we see that even in the wave clear talents there for Malfurion. The slowing at level 7 also going to help Fire Team to be able to help 2+2 keep up on the chase here in these fights. Putrid Bile also coming out for that as well. It is indeed Tormented Souls coming out. Oh, and King is going to get hit by that hook. But the double gravity laps coming in from Matt to try and peel. Tythel getting very low. Gonna have to back out of that Phoenix. It's both teams back and forth. Nice defense here from Illusion Esports. They're able to defend the top fort as well. Full rotation to the bottom as 2+2 trying to get something out of this Web Weaver phase. Shintaroki, thank you very much for the follow. Look at the rotation here from Illusion Esports. 13 talents for both teams. They see 2+2 in the bot lane, and they are going to be scouted out by that Lunara Wisp, but I don't believe they're going to be in time. They are rotating up, but the boss will be captured. The drag onto Hollis, the stun coming out, but the Tormented Souls coming in. Tythel is committing on into this fight, but Hollis gets blown up. Tythel will go down, and the side of 2+2 are going to have to walk away with 2 less members. Meanwhile, the siege camp in the bot will end up picking up that bottom fort. The boss is going to pick up a little bit of this front wall, and Illusion not going to be willing to let this go for free. They're going to go ahead and put a little pressure up here. Try and finish off this front wall, if nothing else. But they do see the members of 2+2 coming back here. Neither team having enough for a turn in, but we will see Illusion going ahead and dumping some of their gems on into the egg sacks in the top here. I think that's what they are. They're egg sacks, right? I mean, it looks like to me. 2+2 picking up their camp in the mid. Not much else to do here. Level 16. Just about half a level away here for Illusion Esports. 2+2 may want to try to force a fight before that. Look to try and get some picks out here. But right now, playing it pretty safe. We'll actually start to head towards the mid. I think they are starting to see that. Oh, and look at the D-Shield in response to that hook. Neddens right away. They're looking to turn around. Again, isolated Shinanda Hollis. That percentage damage coming out is going to be huge. The APOC, Neddens getting very low, is going to end up going down. He'll be able to get some heals out for his team, but 2+2 is on the chase. They've got Tahaka isolated. And the zombie wall comes out. Tythel jumping on into that zombie wall. But look at the drag and isolations coming out here. Malthael goes down. But they do end up getting the Tahaka. So a 2-for-2 exchange here. Zilria, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate it. Welcome, everyone. 2 easy Sunday morning HotS. Feel free to stick around a while and watch some fun Heroes of the Storm action. I know she doesn't stream it very often, but Zilria's stream used to be a Heroes of the Storm stream. I haven't forgotten. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Camp picked up in the mid lane, going to be instantly blown up here and cleared out by 2+2. They are looking to guard the turn-ins at this point. They are 3 gems away. Oh, and that cursed bullet not quite finding the mark. I like Illusion Esports' approach here. I know that's only a 30-second cooldown. They don't mind going after it in a position where they kind of control the gem count. We know that 2+2 is on defense right now. They're going to rotate to the bot and try to secure this turn-in. And Neddens does have it. And there it is. Blue Web Weavers going over to the side of Illusion Esports. Been dominating in the teamfight game thus far, have Illusion, but the last couple of times, we're starting to see 2+2 come on. Again, they are a late game comp, and Tomb is a late game map. It's very hard to close out here. And that hook almost catching Matt out there. But the minions stepping in front. Kosher, though, stepping in front. Grabbing McNulty, the gravity lapse. Matt completely blowing him up. And, oh, the damage coming out on the Malthael as well. A lot of spread poison damage. But Malfurion's heal's not quite enough to get through that burst. It's pretty much a matter of burst versus slow tick healing and damage. So it can be kind of rough if the side of Illusion is able to combo. They do isolate out HotS once again. They'll try and walk out of this situation. They actually turn around. A lot of poison damage coming out. Axon will be able to finish off Kael'thas. Kosher also getting very low. Those spiders following him around. Meanwhile, Neddens is a bit caught out here. However, the blue web weavers still getting some value here. While the side of 2+2 rotating around trying to get those picks. A little bit of damage off the top there. Not too much. We cleared up here in the bot lane. It's what Malthael is legendary at. Percentage damage onto large map objectives. I like that slam, nearly taking out an entire wave all by itself.
New follower detected.
McAllis, thank you very much for the follow. Bosch will be leashed and will disappear on into the nether as the red web weaver's falling out here. Back and forth we go here in the Nexus on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Top lane, it will be the priority for 2+2, the only fort remaining here, as they are slowly clawing their way back into this one after kind of a rough start in the early game. Still a little bit of a level advantage for Illusion, but we're going to see that start to melt away as we see more structure damage coming out from 2+2 with the use of these web weavers. Kael'thas is going to have pretty good counter siege potential now with that double flame strike at level 16. But will it be enough here? The top fort does fall, and all of a sudden the level advantage is gone. Kosher caught in by that hook. But look at the turn onto Malthael. The damage is real. Twilight Dream going to silence a couple members. Neddens actually maybe stepping out a little bit too far. Is going to end up falling here. He'll be able to turn around and heal, though, as his team starts to pursue. They're going to get HotS. Oh, but that last second Storm Shield as the 20s come in. Look at Fire Team snap pick that. Oh, and the hook onto Rogue. They are now looking to turn around. Rogue's going to end up going down to all that poison damage. And that's a lot of gems on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. King maybe looking to come in and get HotS in return, but a little bit greedy. Axon was ready to jump, but that's all HotS and Fire Team on that one. Right as the level 20s come in, too. That is a shame.
New follower detected.
Cable Guy, thank you for the follow. You guys really funny. All the while, 2+2 going to go ahead and capture themselves a boss in response there. Bottom Webweaver did end up getting that keep. The bottom keep now down for the side of Illusion. And the late game comp coming online here in the back half. 2+2 showing us why they are the current reigning champions here in ESM. I think Season 1 may very well just be theirs at this point. We'll have to see what happens in Season 2. But for now, pushing in with this boss, looking to get themselves another keep. Defensive opportunity here for Illusion. The Phoenix thrown out to zone. But 2+2 got what they came for. Anime Life, thank you very much for the follow. Kosher gets hooked. He'll bolt out. Slows are real. Kosher receiving the D-shield to try and get him out of there. But Haka ends up falling. And here comes the side of 2+2 onto the core. They've got lots and lots of siege damage. They're going to go ahead and use it. We do see Stitches going down, but it's too little, too late. Game number 2 and this best of 3 series will go over to 2+2. Your champions once again here in ESM. I pretty much undefeated, I would have to say. Can they be beat? That is the question. It's a very exciting match coming out there. Pretty back and forth through a lot of the mid-game. Lego Lad, thank you for the follow. Yeah, very back and forth, but overall, I would say that we did a really nice job of coming back in that one. Like I said, keeping the composure, not worrying too much about whether or not they were going to be able to put stuff together in the late game. They knew they had a late game comp, and that's what they played towards. They got, they were able to give and give in the early game, and then eventually, as soon as their team started to come on, they were able to turn a few of those fights in the mid game and then dominate from there. All right, these guys want to play some more. Do you guys want to watch some more? I think I do. I think I'm enjoying it. So let's do it. Why not? Where's the where's the harm? All right. So these guys are just going to keep on going with some more scrim matches, some more fun, but we'll just keep it rolling. Let's see. Game counts are not updating on both screens, and I don't know why. Oh well, whatever. We can do it manually.
New follower detected. New follower detected.
And down we go. Go ahead and do a third one here. Hoob and Brown Kyle, thank you for the follows, gentlemen. Much appreciated. Infernal Shrines. I swear, these guys just want to play all my favorite maps. Another one that I was pretty devastated when I saw was leaving the format for ranked. But here we are. Dahaka going to be the ban out. Seen a pretty high priority on Dahaka. So this time, 2+2 deciding they don't want to see it at all. Ban out coming out here from Illusion. See if maybe they want to deny the Ariel. Maybe they want to take Uther out of the equation. High wave clear is again a premium here on Infernal Shrines. A lot of different options. They're going to go with the Tassadar ban. So we haven't seen as much of Tassadar. He did get a little bit of a nerf this week in that balance update. Mainly to his damage potential. They did increase his level 1 talent for mana return, but still kind of a rough nerf for him. But either way, Zol gonna be the pickup here. He got a slight nerf as well to his damage, as well as his skeleton health. couple of his strongest talents also got nerfed just a bit. I still think, for the most part, those are going to be the most popular talents he has, though. Medivh and Diablo, so Illusion get a little tricky here in game number 3. Looking to drop those portals around, enable the Diablo to have some sneaky angles and some interesting engagements. All the while, the Zol pick telling me that 2+2 wants to focus on the macro game in this one. Zol, famous on this map even before his rework for his ability to split push and double soak in the non-Punisher lanes. Well, we'll see Uther and Arthas coming out. Still seeing a high priority on Uther. Not a big surprise. His changes were not necessarily what I would call nerfs. Call it more like a side grade. He got nerfed a little bit for his armor, but then his heals got buffed. So, in my opinion, it's all going to probably be a wash. But I do think it's going to make it a little bit easier to use Uther. Like it takes a higher skill cap to know exactly when to throw down those heals to get the armor onto the right people, so to prevent damage. But it's a little bit lower skill cap to just heal the empty health bars. Meanwhile, the Malthael ban coming out here from Illusion. They don't want to see that one come out again from 2+2. Enough is enough of the Malthael. Sonya banned out in response on the other side. Couple options they can try and pair with the Diablo here. They do still need a support. Rhaegar on the table. Ariel still also on the table if they want to try to go with some sort of hope generator. Lunara on the table. We go to the Lucio. Very interesting. So Lucio did see a little bit of a change in the balance rework this week. Lucio got his health buffed just a bit. So not much of a change, but, you know, a little more health on the Lucio. A little more survivability. Who knows? That could be just what he needed. Meanwhile, the Greymane also coming out. So good dive and follow-up damage potential to the Diablo. Not to mention that is a pick that 2+2 would probably want to go with here. With the lockdown between Arthas, Uther, and Zul, Greymane can be a really good follow-up to it. However, Greymane is countered a little bit by the Arthas and that same lockdown potential, so we'll have to see if that works out for him. For Illusion here. Kael'thas and Cassia to finish it out here for 2+2. Lots of wave clear potential. No blinds to pair with the Cassia this time, so just the bald Cassia. Should be interesting. I like the Kael'thas. He's a really solid pickup here. Again, we've seen that resurgence. It's also a good counter to the Lucio, that Kael'thas pick. Generally, you want to be grouped up for Lucio's heals to an extent, so those living bombs can really cause some havoc in trying to get those heals out. It's a good counter to any of the AoE centric healers like Lucio, Ariel, Brightwing, even Stukov a bit. It is against solo support Uther in this game. This time for 2+2. To see if Illusion maybe wants to try and spread out some damage, and there it is, Gul'dan Let's spread out AoE tick damage. Maybe what they're looking to counter here. All right. So we'll have to see who can pick up the win here on Infernal Shrines. I think I like the draft coming out from 2+2 here. We'll have to see if Illusion can out-finesse them here. That's going to be what they're going for. Marcus Blessed, thank you very much for the follow.
New follower detected.
And I have 0 ideas. Well, you had the idea to follow the channel, so that's pretty solid. Kraz the Master, thank you for the follow, ladies and gentlemen. Filing on in. Welcome to the stream, and welcome to ESM. We are in cup number 6. We finished the cup in the best of 3. We're kind of just continuing on with the scrims here, so I don't really know what to put here. We'll just leave it. Why not? On the left, Illusion Esports, Rogue on the Gray Mane, Neddens on Lucio, Kosher will be playing the Diablo, Matt will be on the Gul'dan, and Kosher on Diablo. Parnell Mitchell, thank you for the follow. Tithel gonna be on the follow train today. What is going on, guys? But hello, I'm not complaining. Arlie C, thank you for the follow. And Rodney as well. My goodness. Hello, everybody. Let's get these, finish getting these teams introduced. On the right, it's 2+2. McNulty on the Cassia. Hollis going to be playing the Arthas. Fire Team on the Uther. Axon is going to be playing the Kael'thas. And Tithel is going to be back on the Zul. Solo laners up in the top. Meanwhile, 4-man rotation through the mid and the bot. Pretty standard here. 2+2 going to go ahead and leave Cassie in the bottom lane, though. Definite rotation advantage so far for Illusion Esports. Actually see the side of 2+2 rotating towards the top. Rogue backing up, though, seeing the missing members. Good communication here by Illusion Esports. Oh, but Gul'dan and Cassia trading out all of a sudden. Take my eye off that rotation game for just a second, and stuff starts hitting the fan. Rodney, thank you for the follow. I don't know if I missed that one or not. I think I might have. Shrine has activated in the mid. That is not what you want to see if you are 2+2 here. The Zol does have the ability to double soak while you are working on these shrines, but if it's in the mid, then it's not quite as safe to rotate through these different lanes to try and side soak. So kind of a bad RNG for 2+2, but we'll have to see where this one goes. Right away, both teams just in the mid, poking back and forth. Level 5 actually being achieved here. The lockdown coming onto Diablo. Does get the Force of Will. Is going to try to portal out, but Hollis is there to get the finishing blow. Greymane not here for that scrimmage, as Rogue just basically sitting up in the top here. Neither team prioritizing the shrines at all. Neddens actually getting a little bit displaced there. Gonna have to back out of that one.
New follower detected.
Rigoff, thank you very much for the follow. $10 on 2+2. Well, that's an easy bet to make when they're up 2-0 in the series. Meanwhile, both teams committing fully into this. They're even bringing the Zol in, and look at the damage coming out from 2+2. They are able to turn and get the Arthas, however, is the side of Illusion Esports. Health bar is getting a little bit low, but with that pick, I'm going to see 2+2 backing up, and the wave clear potential is real on the side of Illusion Esports with that Gul'dan. They are able to pick up the first Punisher, a very influential Punisher. I don't know if you guys have heard about this Arcane Punisher guy, but he's pretty much a badass. HotS jumping in. Look at Kosher taking the portal in, pushing him back to the wall off of the Punisher jump. I love it. I love it, man. Illusion Esports going in. We will see the Punisher cleared out, though. Cassia soaking in the bottom lane. Tythel up here, pressuring Rogue in the top. Greymane just been camping out in the top lane pretty much the whole game at this point. Both teams rotating out for camps. It's going to be the bottom camp prioritization here for Illusion. King going to go ahead and rotate around. And actually, a little brazenly working on some of those Masters touch stacks. Less than 1 level in. It's up to 4 at this point. KT almost halfway to finishing that barrier. Cocktail also being started here. About halfway on the Echoed Corruption here for Gul'dan. Matt slowly getting there. Keep an eye on those throughout the rest of this one. See when those quest downs start to really come online. Both teams rotating around back to the wave clear. Look at the rotation here. They're able to get the lockdown on to Medivh, and he is going to fall here. Nice pick and rotation here from 2+2. And good timing as well. They'll be able to rotate up, clear the Shaman camp out real quickly, so it gets absolutely no value. And then all of a sudden, they're going to find themselves in a good position for the Shrine right as it activates. Let's go ahead and pick that up. All the while, Zol can go ahead and do his double soak thing. Rotation in from Illusion to go ahead and get what they can, which in this case is going to be that mid fort. To finish the work they started last time with the last Punisher. Level 10 has been picked up for Illusion Esports, and 2+2 says, no thank you, we're out, but Fire Team not quite able to rotate there in time. Ultimate picks coming in hot. Fire Team spam clicking to get that Divine Shield out in time. Cassia ends up falling, though, on the wrong side of that team fight. So many members low here for Illusion, though. Nettins is going to have to get in there and try to get everybody out. Force of Will enough to get Diablo over the wall, but they kill him over the wall. 2+2 pushing the side of Illusion Esports out here. Diablo will be able to come back with the souls, however. They're going to be able to go back in here and pressure. HotS getting kind of low. Tythel also very low. And Kosher is back. Maybe not as much health, not as many souls, but he has returned. The root onto him. Force of Will to be able to prevent the damage. And look at the spread damage there. Matt getting all kinds of damage. Rogue also with that cocktail. 2+2. Not liking the math of the health right now. Backing out. Typho going in with pretty low health. Does receive the shield there. Lucio actually going to be the first to fall as the turn is real. 2+2. Going in here. Gonna get the stun out once again onto Kosher. He's gonna end up falling. But Uther in response, also going down here. And look at the Horrify. McNulty getting isolated, but not enough follow-up there. King also got to be careful here. They're looking to reset those Masters touch stacks. And that is it. Down he goes, and that is going to be a full reset of those Masters touch stacks. That hurts. That hurts. Cocktail has been completed. Uther's quest has been completed. 3 more orbs for Axon. Howling Blast, not quite here yet. Lucio's 7 talent is online. 7 more Echoed Corruption stacks needed for Gul'dan. Blue swag. Thank you for the follow. So much swag, and it is so blue. My goodness, how much blue it is. Illusion is able to successfully bait that Punisher back to the front wall of the keep and take it down safely, but level 13 is here for 2+2. Phoenix coming out here, able to try to zone, but look who pushes right past it. Losing Esports, not willing to back out of that. Kosher going in, trying to get an angle with that portal, not finding what he wanted to see there. And 2+2 turns around. Focus coming down on to King once again. He's going to have to walk away with almost no health, or else get his stacks reset once again. Axon getting pretty low here. They're going to have to back out as well. Check back in with the talents. Echoed Corruption, still needing 5. Oh, but McNulty caught out completely here. No way he's going to make it out of this. Nedden's bopping him back into the team. And that is going to be another pick going over to the side of Illusion. 2 more globes. 11 Master touch stacks at this point. Pretty standard heroics across the board here. Leyline Seal, Sound Barrier, Horrify. Skeletal Mages, despite being increased this week, 20 seconds on added to the cooldown. Still generally going to be the most popular. Kendo Fenendo, thank you for the follow. Thin Thigh as well. We'll see the side of Illusion rotating to the top. This is probably the fight that they want to take, is right here on this shrine. Level 16, only about a level away here for 2+2. Illusion, not going to get a whole lot more opportunities than this one to find a fight on even talent tiers. They'll have to wait 2 full levels to get to that 16, but the turn is real. 2+2. Getting the root out onto Kosher. The Skeletal Mages come down to get a little bit of poke damage out, but Illusion does a nice job of disengaging. Now they're looking to go back in. Alex TG, thank you for the follow. Right now, 30-21. Castro fan also, thank you for the follow. Leyline comes out, not quite timed perfectly there with the APOC, a little bit early on the APOC. Members of 2+2 are going to be able to back out and look to try to poke it down. Hollis getting very low. The D-Shield received there by McNulty. Uther falling. Going to be able to try and keep McNulty alive. 2 more needed, but the side of Illusion are trying to clear it out. 39-39 here on the skeleton count. Matt will be able to keep it up while getting a 1-for-3 exchange. Illusion Esports. How the heck did they get that Punisher, ladies and gentlemen? My goodness, it was so close. What just happened? What just happened was some amazing zoning. Mike Shuram, thank you very much for the follow. Tithel. Tithel. I'm gonna fix it. I promise. Tithel. Baiting it over. Punisher. Gonna be falling down to this mid keep, but the front wall also going down here. An Illusion maybe looking to some engage angles here. They don't have Diablo. They got to be careful. 2+2 looking for the counter engage. Leyline gonna be able to help them disengage here. Portaling out, and there goes Illusion Esports. They do reach that level 16 talent tier. They have evened this game up. That was the fight that they really needed to take, and boy did they take it. Still looking to back out and disengage here is Illusion Esports, able to use those portals to continue to back out. Tick94, thank you for the follow. Meanwhile, the side of 2+2 rotating out here. We'll go ahead and pick up that camp in the bot lane. An aggressive invade here. Look at the Echoed Corruption stacks. Those things are done. They're getting a lot of damage out. Let's take a look. Got a lot of the quests done here. Still working on the Howling Blast talent. This one also not quite there for 150 HotS. Lagging a little bit behind. Diablo's got one of those charge stacks off of 13 so far. Everything else is pretty much done. Kosher diving in, going after HotS. The ley line comes out. APOC this time will be timed perfectly. But nice D-shield coming out here from Fire Team to get Axon out of trouble there off of that Horrify. They are able to turn around and kill Diablo. Fire Team will go down. Uther's Ghost going to start healing the team, however, and here comes the turn. McNulty gets in. They're going to take down the Greymane. Matt also in a lot of trouble here. McNulty getting that spear into finish. Meanwhile, Tithel got Lucio so low here. Neddens barely makes it out. It's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange. They'll trade Uther for Greymane and Gul'dan, and that is a value trade if you are 2+2. I'll take that trade any day of the week. Meanwhile, Tithel rotating up, grabbing that mid fort. The bottom fort also falling to minions. So this Punisher is definitely going to go over to 2+2, and it's going to be going directly onto a keep here in the bottom lane. Once again, 2+2 coming on in the back half here. Coming on real strong. They're actually going to go ahead and stall this out a little bit. They get it to 38. They're going to clear out the lanes. Take a look at what Illusion's doing. One Prism onto Kosher. Ball Lightning to pressure him out. They go ahead and steal the camp. They are not letting Illusion have anything for free, but there's the ley line into the APOC once again, following it up with the Horrify, but look at the turn here. We will see Sound Barrier coming out, trying to keep the side of Illusion healthy. However, the damage is just too much here from 2+2. Nedden's getting in there, trying to get some finishing kills. It's a little bit aggressive. Oh, Nedden's able to juke, dodge, jive. And I don't know. I think this is a good opportunity for them to push in that bottom lane. So they are going to go ahead and back up, heal up. Axton going to go ahead and look to finish it off here. Throw down that Q, and he's good and ready. They're actually going to go ahead and prioritize the camp. All right, they're continuing to stall it out here. It is going to allow Greymane and Diablo to get up here. But, you know, the side of 2+2 will be nice and healthy when they start this. Illusion kind of tired of waiting. They're going to start clearing this out to pressure 2+2 into doing it. This is the moment where you definitely wanted it, but level 20 now is up, and that's exactly what they were looking for. Orange the Spagot, thank you for the follow. Level 20, Mortar Punisher in the bot lane. Scary moment for Illusion Esports. Not to mention that camp split pushing in the top. It started on the front wall. Going to be starting to work in towards the keep. Illusion trying to clear this as safely as possible, but we will see King getting jumped on there. Keep goes down, and here comes 2+2. They are looking to get some picks. Right away, the Bone Prism coming in. But we will see the Sound Barrier keeping him alive for the moment, but they are able to turn and kill him before the Leyline Seal falls. Matt also very low. Going to have to retreat into the Hall of Storms to get those heals, but it's too little too late. The Punisher turns around onto the core. So does 2+2, and they should be able to finish it off here. Core falling 20%, 10%, and that is going to be it. Game number 3 goes over to 2+2. 3-0 so far in these scrimmages. Pretty solid game coming out from 2+2. You knew they were going to focus on the macro the minute we saw the Zol come out. They did a really nice job of doing that as well. Mick, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, my friend. Let's see if these guys want to do yet another one. Let's take a look at some of these builds. A lot of quest talents coming out. This is new. Don't see Shackler. Let's see. Huh. Cool. Taking advantage of all the lockdown. I love it. All right. Didn't give me much time to look at the builds, did they? Right on in there. In we go. So, Warhead Junction. This map. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to Warhead Junction. Probably the biggest map in the game, I do believe, top to bottom. Definite prioritization on the globals here. It is also another good map for heroes that are good at interrupting objectives and such for these Warhead turn-ins. Milk, thank you very much for the follow. 1313.
So Shadowburn has the flex potential.
Let's
But
see.
they're-
New follower detected.
Dest Pie, thank you very much for the follow. So right away, we're going to see the Ario coming out. Been a long day of games so far without the Ario. But 2+2, prioritizing it here. We'll get to see a little bit of whether or not it's still solid. And the Abathur coming out here from Illusion. The Ragnaros also. It's a big map. Wave clear can be a really high potential. We'll see that with the Rhaegar as well. So instantly committing to the double support here. Hollis Jameson, thank you so much for the cheer. Much appreciated. Cassia, the ban out here for 2+2. Not wanting to play that one this game. Also, apparently, not wanting to play against it. The ETC ban from the other side. Stage dive, of course. One of those pseudo globals that could be a factor here.
The crusade calls.
The Brightwing coming out here from Illusion Esports. Kind of foreshadowing maybe a little bit of an Illidan. Johanna also coming out here. So, no Polly for the counter. No blinds from Johanna for the counter.
New follower detected.
Filtf, thank you for the follow. Filtf.
New follower detected.
IT, thank you for the follow. So Sonya and Arthas will end up being the front line here for 2+2. Definite global advantage here for Illusion on this big map, but gotta give the team fighting over to 2+2 in spades. One last pick for Illusion. I almost feel like it's got to be the Illidan. But they do have a few options. The Greymane is another one for sure. Can get some solid focus damage onto Vala, who of course is going to be the Aerial battery for this one. Should be interesting. Macro versus team fight here. We'll have to see if Illusion can position themselves around. Yeah, because team fight wise, I would say 2+2 definitely are dominating in the team fighting here. Shirayaki Zhang. Thank you for the follow. Oh. On the left, you've got Illusion Esports. And on the screen, we've got the correct overlay. Axon gonna be playing the Dancing Abathur Fire Team. Oh wait, no, this is not correct.
10 seconds.
They changed sides. Now why would they go and do that?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Well, let me go ahead and swap it up for you guys real quick here.
New follower detected.
Let's see. It's 2+2 versus 2+2 because the only team that can beat 2+2 is themselves. There we go. And let's go ahead and swap up the game count while we're at it. All right. There we go. We got it all going. The Carpenter, thank you very much for the follow. All the while, 3v3 in the bot lane. Avatar slugging his way on into the mid here.
New follower detected.
Big Head Caleb, thank you for the follow. In the mid lane. You see Arthas is going to be dominating that, but in the top, Tythel trying to get to King here.
Warheads inbound. Countdown activated.
I see Brightwing porting on up. Fire team getting on out of that bot lane. Be able to help Tythel here.
Update. Warheads have been deployed. End update. Work order complete.
Illusion able to dominate in the early rotation here on the bottom. Be able to drop that nuke in.
Red team has launched.
That's how you drop a nuke, ladies and gentlemen. You hit every single structure. Fire team holding a nuke in the top. Not quite willing to drop that yet. We do see the side of 2+2 rotating out, prioritizing the camps right away. Actually, even going to see McNulty rotate out here and go ahead and grab a second camp. Invade and steal. 2+2, not quite going to be able to defend this camp in the bot. Meanwhile, the nuke gets dropped into the top lane. Have I mentioned how Warhead is my favorite map? We do see the laning phase has begun here. Slight XP lead for the side of Illusion. Mostly due to the structure they've gotten in the bot, the structure damage in the bot, I would imagine. All the while, HotS doing what he can to try and defend, but at the end of the day, when you got that Avatar comp and you got the Holy Trinity in the bot, they can just push forever. What can you really do? You know? The healing power is good. Really interested to see what Nedden's picks at 7. What are you going to get there, buddy? No bursting light. Right around now, he's saying, guys, what happened to my bursting light town? Nice response here from 2+2, though. They're able to push out that top lane. Now each team has a boss lane with a fort down. Is indeed going to be energized cord, so a nice thing that they did for energized cord when they made this change for Ariel that she self-generates 10% more. They also increased that talent by 10 rather than just leaving the talent as it was and making the talent slightly less impactful. So I really liked that change from Blizzard. And you can see that these basic attacks are going to help Neddens constantly be filling up that health bar more. I wonder if we're going to see at level 16, we're going to see the normal attack speed talent to give Matt the extra attack speed, or if we might maybe see Neddens go with that reservoir talent at 16. Let's see. I've been toying with that one a little bit. I don't think it's too bad. While 4 warheads being deployed all at once here, the boss being picked up here by 2+2. King is going to be able to scout this out. He's going to go ahead and go in, but the polymorph comes out. And King going to step off the point just long enough for 2+2 to capture it. Ragnaros going down in the top. Nice nice rotation by Illusion the minute he came out of that Molten Core.
Red team has destroyed a fort. has launched a nuke.
Trying to pick up a third nuke here is 2+2.
All warheads have now
They are able to pick up 3 out of 4 of those. With the side of Illusion.
has launched
Getting some solid damage out here onto the bot. And you see the mule coming out. You also see Tythil going down.
hero slain.
So as soon as that mule comes out, Illusion rotates to the top here. And make sure that that does not get any value. But the race is on. And with the boss aiding their push in the bot lane, along with that nuke,
Red team has destroyed
Abathur gonna slug his way on into the mid and drop a nuke himself. Even eating a couple of those. And the lava wave coming out. All the while, Illusion is just on the race at this point. Going in deep. They are trying to get themselves a win in this series. They hard commit to the core. It is falling slowly. King trying to get enough damage out on it. It's going to be so close, but full team wipe for Illusion. 17% on the core. So close. So close. Question is, what exactly does 2+2 want to do with this? I really like that commitment. You know, best case scenario, you win the game. Worst case scenario, the death timers at this point in the game are still very low. So, you know, why not? Why not? We are going to see the side of Illusion rotating up here to contest this boss. Peekaboo going to help them see it too. Sprayed and Pray Eric, thank you very much for the follow. And the full commitment here, the throw pit is on. Is 2+2 throwing here? Very possible. Fire team getting very low. Ragnaros falling. However, they are able to take out the Vala. Aegis will be enough to keep them alive, though. And the boss now pushing in the top lane. They are going to full commit to this core again. And with the boss, I think they got it. I think Illusion is on the case here. And I don't really know what exactly 2+2 can do about this. I mean, the shields are back up, sure. The mule is even going to come out to try and heal it, but look at the cursed bullet coming out. Ancestral in response onto King. The boss not quite here yet. 2+2 trying to get some damage out onto Illusion before it gets here. The Molten Wave coming out. Or the Molten Wave. The Molten Core does come out by Tythil there. But it is indeed the Lava Wave in top. The boss gets started working on this, but between the shielding and the mule, it's going to be just fine. And, you know, I thought to myself, this one was over, but 2+2 with an incredible response there. Able to completely destroy the entire wave with the catapults and everything. And that's going to allow them to rotate out and grab one of these nukes, however. And the core comes out healthier than it started. That mule going to be doing some work on it throughout the rest of this one. Big Head Caleb. I can't remember if I thanked you for the follow. We'll do it twice if we need to. Thank you for the follow. Hollis. Caught out here by that Howling Blast. Nulty in response with the Cursed Bullet. Let's actually take a quick look at these talents. Last game, it was all about the quest talents. This game, I'm seeing one. Very interesting. New animation on Lava Wave? Alright. I don't know. Maybe. Kind of a rare talent. Maybe I'm just not noticing it. 5-man commitment. Illusion invading the camp. And very smart disengage here by 2+2. They realize that that camp is not the end of the world. They can clean up both of these camps in the top. It's fine. Again, 2+2, going with a with more of a late game comp with the Abathur. Look at the push here in the bot lane. This is something that Illusion is gonna have to answer to here. They are gonna go ahead and go after the bottom boss, though. They get it started. I don't know if 2+2 is gonna be able to get here in time. So look at this one. Meanwhile, catapults starting to shoot down the shield here. Illusion actually deciding to back up off of that boss attempt. They leash it. Instead, settle for the camp in the bot. 1% damage onto their core. All the while, the mule has been slowly working on bringing the core back up. 79% at the moment. Ooh, they catch 2+2, doing another boss. Evo is up. They can go ahead and make that Abathur copy. Expecting that to come out onto Greymane any time now, but Abathur actually not prioritizing it. And here we go. People starting to file on in to that boss location. The Ancestral coming out onto King, and again, they're able to push back the side of 2+2 Illusion. Capture the boss in the bot. Yunicho Iho, thank you very much for the follow. Your name even rhymes with follow. I love it. Lava Wave in the bot. By the way, did I mention, guys, Lava Wave. Welcome to Warhead Junction, the map where anything is possible. Guys, I don't know about you guys, but I think that 2+2 is going to suffer a little bit in the team fighting because of this Lava Wave.
Collection complete.
They are level 16, though. Do have the advantage. They clean up the boss in the bot lane before it gets too much value. 17 seconds on the boss, and Illusion is ready. All the lanes pushed out except the bottom catapult. Starting to just chip away a little bit at the shield, but that'll be cleaned up by the minions there. They will get started on the boss real quick here. The side of 2+2 are heading here. Can they get here in time? Not quite. Well, HotS is going to actually try and go in. We'll get onto the point in time. TP in, and another fight on the core. But another Ancestral coming out to save Gozer there. And another kill. Actually, 1-for-1 exchange there. Johanna trades out for Vala. It's always really hard to see what's going on those boss points. But now, okay, now we got 4 nukes and the boss marching into the top lane where there's no keep with no Johanna. Molten Core is going to come out, but the whip coming in from Neddens to interrupt the Molten Core. That was huge. Neddens. Damn. Molten Core, again, coming out here with the Lava Wave. Really the big story. The Polymorph coming down onto Kojor. They do get 2 of the nukes down. The third one also falling down onto the core now. One of those did not direct hit the core. Rhaegar falling. But the core has gone completely back up here. And the boss not going to be able to finish it off. And yet again, 2+2. Oh my goodness. How do they keep defending this? They get Rhaegar, they get Arthas. And the mule value is real. 39%, which, you know, of course 37 was what they got the core to last time. They got 39% damage on it. So that would have been enough. If not for the mule. Say for the record, MVP Abathur with the mule. I don't know, every time they do a rework on a hero that has mule, they take it away. So someday we may not be able to fix that core. Do see the nukes spawning once again. Warheads are up. Camps being picked up here by 2+2. They're going to look to take advantage in the top lane, try to secure themselves a second keep. Actually, they're going to look to back out here after they get the nuke down and the camp starts to march onto it. They do see members in the mid, though, so they will turn around, re-engage, put another nuke down onto it. Chunk it real low here. But here comes Illusion. Again, superior team fighting comp for Illusion Esports. 2+2 is going to look to try to disengage, at least far enough to Molten Core back onto the fort, but the Ancestral not in time to save the Vala there. 2+2 turning around, refocusing onto this team fight. The Lava Wave coming in. Illusion's got to be careful and get out of its way. Rogue getting very low, barely able to avoid it, but the keep does go down. Tythel also Molten Core to assume the fort. Neden's in a lot of trouble holding that nuke, but it's Sonya that falls on the other side first. Another swing coming out, and Neden's is going to end up falling right on the core, and 2+2. Got to turn their sights onto the core here. You have the Molten Core alive still. After, still has the Evo. Gonna save it, I guess. The nukes are falling down. Oh, he doesn't even need it. No big deal. That's gonna be a game number 4. Going over to 2+2. Holding the core defense. And able to push through the top lane eventually. Picking up the win. Nice patient macro play from 2+2. And solid siege defenses. Like, that was really the big key to that one. Is that they did an amazing job of defending when they needed to defend. Pretty standard build. Actually, an interesting Hunger of the Wolf. Yeah, the core defenses were crazy. Boss fights too. That's pretty great. It's a pretty great match. The Mule getting tons of value. MVP Axton literally saved the game. Lava Wave. Lava Wave. That's all I got to say. Welcome to Warhead Junction. Alright, looks like these guys are gonna do another one. I think I'm good for one more. Well, okay. In we go. So let's fix our game count. Wait a minute. No, wait. Who's on what side? I didn't see anything. They started so fast. I'm going to assume they were on the same sides. Which means 2+2 should be on that side this time around. But they are up 4-0. I'm going to get this all right for you guys in just a second. I promise. We're not going to offset that though. Wow. OBS Studio, ladies and gentlemen. The ultimate troll. And they're up 4-0 here. For Zilchi. Not gonna lie, they caught me off guard a little bit, but here we go. Sky Temple coming in for you guys. The Dahaka instantly banned out here from what I believe is Illusion Esports. And Uther in response from 2+2. Uther's pretty good. It's true. Saw the Ario come out. I felt like the Ario was good. I felt like the macro from 2+2 was better. Wouldn't put the blame on the Ario though, as a hero. So I think she's pretty solid. Arthas going to be the first pickup here for Illusion Esports. Pretty solid. Definitely one of the best frontliners in the game right now. Ridiculous amounts of CC, and especially tempo control. Pairs well with auto attack heroes that need to try to keep up with their targets on a pretty consistent basis. Those slows can be pretty ridiculous. Two picks coming up here for 2+2. Rhaegar and Greymane going to be the priority here. The Illidan and Abathur coming out here. Now I think I might be on the wrong side. No, just kidding. Illusion, famous for the Illidan plays. That's probably them. Illusion and Abathur. Always a pretty strong combo. Abathur, another strong Abba map here, Sky Temple. Any large map, he gets a fair amount of value at. That split push potential, the side soak potential for Abathur can be really good. Heck, you can even capture a shrine here for a couple seconds. Why not? Would expect to see the healer chokehold applied here by 2+2. They could decide to go ahead and deny Stukov or Ariel. And there it is. They will ban the Stukov. Meanwhile, for Illusion, I expect them to focus on the Illidan counters. But instead, they're going to deny the global ability there. So they deny the global Dahaka. They also are going to deny the global Falstad. So instead of focusing on worrying about Illidan being countered, they're going to focus on worrying about Abathur being countered here. 2+2. We'll look for what they want to build with the Greymane and Rhaegar that they have so far. Good dive and focus potential on those heroes. Cassia and Lily coming out, so blinds. Didn't see that one coming. Illidan sure didn't. Would expect the JoJo to finish it off for the side of 2+2. Meanwhile, what support do you want for the Illidan at this point? Gonna be kind of a rough corner to be backed into. Ariel is still on the table, but you need to also pick a pretty strong Ariel battery with it. Now you have that Hope generation. Could also go into possibly Morales. There's not a ton of dive from 2+2 here. Could be the Karazim. Feel like I'm forgetting about somebody obvious. Maybe Mouth. It is going to be Karazim, indeed. We'll pair the Li Ming with it. Try to have Illidan nab those resets. I mean, it's gotta be the Johanna for the front line, right? The extra blinds, the extra ability to peel, the zoning control. I feel like that's the best pick. Diablo could be an option. Muradin also on the table. Anubarak, but solo tank Anubarak can be kind of rough. Yeah, so there it is. It is the Johanna. We'll try and see if in a flash here we can see that these teams are on the right side this time. I mean, it certainly looks like it from what I've seen from these two teams. 2+2 going with the double support and the general counter picks. Yeah, sure enough. It is on the wrong side. Yeah. Never mind. Take it back. Take it all back. Everything I said is incorrect. Pretty classic. Alright. Swap these up real quick for y'all.
I would prepare for your ceaseless battle, if you wish to live.
So 2+2 breaking out the Illidan here. Very interesting. On the left, it is Illusion Esports. Rogue going to be playing the Rogue Lily. Matt going to be on the Cassia Neddens on the Rhaegar. Kozier going to be playing the Johanna. And King going to be playing the Raymond. On the right, 2+2, McNulty going to be playing the Li Ming. Tythel on the Illidan. Fire Team going to be playing the Kerosene this match. HotS on the Arthas. All the way at the top, it's going to be Axon on the Abathur. Right away, both teams electing to go ahead and trade out. We have 2 members here for the defense for Illusion. Meanwhile, just a lone Abathur trying to defend against 3 in the top. I like the exchange for 2+2. Bottom lane, definitely the priority on this map, 100%. And we will see a little bit of a rotation to the top here. They do go ahead and leave Tythel down here to go up against King. Ended up being our solo lane. Rogue caught out a little bit. Does get hit by that Howling Blast from HotS. Now going to have a little bit of a hard time walking away, but actually, nice zoning there. Matt able to come up and pressure them back here. 3v3 in the top. Abathur making his way to the mid. They're going to leave Illidan down in that bot lane. Tythel be able to try and push out. All the while, we do see prioritization on this top shrine for both teams to contest here. They do have the Greymane taking that one. HotS able to get a nice Howling Blast to peel there. And the side of 2+2 will be able to back off. For the moment, Illusion Esports owning both of these shrines. 2+2 looking to invade here and push Greymane off. They will be able to steal the last 6 shots, but still, nearly all of the shots going over to the side of Illusion Esports. They are getting some solid value out. About a level lead, which is about what you would expect. That's maybe a little bit more than you would expect, but in general, you know, good play coming out here from Illusion Esports to take advantage of this Abathur comp. Tythel getting some nice, solid advantage in the bot lane, however. Murdiptu, thank you very much for the follow. Right away, both teams recommitting to the laning phase. Camp capture here by Illusion in the bot lane. They're able to push Tythel back for the moment. But the well is down in the bot lane, so 2+2 going to have a little bit of an advantage here with this next shrine phase in the bot. Pretty early camp capture here in the top by Illusion. They got that pushing, but let's see on the other side, 2+2 picking up the camp a little bit later. Shadow Surfer, thank you very much for the follow. Nice rotation here from Illusion. They walk right into the bot. They're going to take that front wall. Maybe look to be able to get the well, but 2+2 able to rotate in time to deter them. King and Kosher out in the other lanes, continuing to get them their XP lead. 1.5 levels now for Illusion as this temple spawns. They do have that camp also pushing in the top. Still fairly healthy as it walks in towards that front wall. For a while, 2+2 going to be aggressive down here in the bot with this temple. Almost a full 2-level lead now for the side of Illusion Esports. Here comes Illusion, and they are going to go ahead and start to push in. They will be able to take over for now this temple in the bot lane. It's going to start to shoot down the structures. It does pick up the healing well. Abathur slowly pushing out that top lane. The camp has been cleaned up, but level 10 right around the corner for Illusion. 2+2 will wisely back out. The rest of the shots will secure that bottom fort and level 10. And instantly going to the boss here is Illusion. With level 10 not anywhere in sight, this should be pretty fairly free for them here. With level 10 not going to come around for 2+2. There's going to be Ball Lightning. Go for the throat coming out here from King. Not going for the Cursed Bullet. Not looking to have that blow-up potential, but instead the high mobility option. While 2+2 rotates to the top. We're going to work on getting some siege damage out here. However, instant rotation to the bot by Illusion. We're going to be able to get the front wall of this keep down, and the boss is also, of course, pushing in with this. Tythel is down here. Full commitment to the defense as Abathur probably has a symbiote somewhere trying to get them level 10. And there it is, level 10's coming in hot for 2+2. However, Illusion got this keep in hand already. The jugs coming out from Rogue there are going to be able to heal Illusion right up. So it is going to be Divine Palm, Hunt, Disintegration, or Disintegrate, I should say. Nice rotation by Illusion. They're going to go ahead and steal the camp and move on out. So level 10 is on. This is what 2+2 is waiting for in this comp with the Abathur. So Hunt, longer cooldown now. Up to 100 seconds on the cooldown instead of 60. That's quite a large increase, even with his ability to lower those cooldowns with the auto attacks. Level 13 right around the corner.
My magic flows through the temples. Guardians, do not let these mortals
For the side of Illusion. 2+2 realizing this, not really... Well, I was going to say not really wanting to commit to a fight, but I think if they find a couple members out here, the Hunt in onto Neddens, trying to isolate the Rhaegar. Camp is pushing in the top lane for Illusion. Abathur has gone ahead and started spawning out those, whatever these little guys are. On this one, it's the choo-choo train. But both teams just trading out right now, and Illusion realizes that this is an advantage for them. They have level 13. They have more structures, so just trading out the structures are fine for them. They're able to clear up the camp in the top. They could try to engage with that 13 talent advantage, but you know, they don't have a huge advantage right now in the team fight game. You know, no ults up.
The magic of the temples.
So close. Mule's gonna come out and try and heal that up, make it a little bit harder for the side of Illusion to get for free. But if we see them grab a temple in either the mid or the bot lane, that is going to be where it will focus to. Illusion abusing the fog of war, looking to try and catch anybody on a poor rotation, but Tithel will rotate out the safe way to clear this bottom lane. Catapult's beginning to stack up here. He will have to answer to that. 3-man in the mid, and look at Illusion. They are going to collapse as 5. Illidan does have the ability to hunt in. The palm comes out, but look at the discipline from Illusion. They wait, and they take down Arthas as soon as that falls. Fire team in a lot of trouble. King not going to be able to quite finish him off, but 2-0 exchange there for Illusion. Pro Mod 43, thank you for the follow. And Illusion pushing in. They grab that mid keep. They're going to back out as every member coming up here. Level 13, the death timer still pretty low. The camp in the top lane does go ahead and pick up that top fort, but level 16 right around the corner. We'll see a quick invade of the camp here from Illusion. 20 seconds on the boss. Kosher does end up getting caught out here a little bit by HotS, and they are filing on in. Camp will be picked up, and they continue to try and disengage, but Axon going to go ahead and pop that evolution there onto HotS. They're trying to force the engage, but Illusion backing out. And Axon on that clone. It's going to be a little bit of a cooldown there. 45 seconds until that'll be back up, while the temples do spawn here. The boss call here from 2+2 though. They go ahead and say, okay, Illusion, you don't want to fight us until you have 16? Well, we'll go ahead and pick up the boss right before you're able to get it. But we do see the temples being grabbed here by Illusion with that level 16 talent tier advantage. Boss is pushing in the bot, but these temples slowly shooting down the final keep for the side of 2+2. They are going to go ahead and come in and engage without the 16. Ashley Hansen Hockey, thank you for the follow. They hunt in onto the Lily. The Howling Blast are trying to follow it up, but the health bar is still just so high here for the side of Illusion. They're going to turn around as they start to poke down 2+2. HotS is in a lot of trouble. King rolling in to try and keep the engage going. Matt also not willing to let them go for free. McNulty using that Disintegrate. But all the while in the top, Kosher was getting that top temple. The mid temple also shooting off lots and lots of shots here. It's going to start to get core damage. It is chunking down that core. Every keep is down for the side of 2+2. Every keep is up for the side of Illusion. Is this the game for Illusion Esports? 2+2 not going to give it up for free, that's for sure.
New follower detected.
Kicking Mongoose. Thank you for the follow. I think my friend Mongoose22 might have something to say about that. Probably doesn't want to be kicked. Meanwhile, the side of Illusion with the Chinese bush meta here. Trying to figure out where 2+2 might rotate to next. And there it is. They figure it out in the mid lane there. And they will go ahead and back up. And hunt in onto Rogue. And the Evo onto Axon. They are once again trying to force, but this time they're able to catch Lily out here. That's going to be a pick going over to the side of 2+2. Axon still in there, trying to get any other advantage he can, trying to force it. But we will see Illusion starts to push back in here after that clone falls. 2+2. Finding an advantage for themselves. They do have the Abathur, so they do have the Mule to be able to bring the core back up. Currently at 69% health. Lucky for the side of 2+2 that this was a single temple shrine phase. You see that Mule bringing the core back. The side of Illusion, not in any true hurry here to try and finish up this one.
Guardians.
Not giving 2+2 a chance, though. Illidan does capture that camp, does have the ability to hunt in. And I expect that is what we're going to see real soon here. Rogue getting poked down a little bit. The Title one really taking a lot of the brunt of the damage. Ancestral comes out onto Matt along with this Cups, but they are able to get the stun out onto the Lily, and the focus damage is real. The resets are here. McNulty trying to get all the resets. Fire Team hits the self-palm to be able to keep himself alive. Greymane falls, and all of a sudden, 2+2 taking a big late game team fight here. Oh, but they turn around and get the Arthas in response. McNulty able to take out Cassia. Now it is Johanna and the Johanna versus 3 here. Kosher is going to end up going down. Full team wipe. Abathur trying to defend the core against all of the invaders here. Axon not going to be able to do that alone. We're going to get McNulty down here to help clear out these catapults that are going to start chunking. A little bit of damage to the mid keep, but all 3 keeps still stand. 2+2 staying in it. Signs of life in the late game once again. About to hit level 20 as well. One of the rough parts for Illusion Esports is when you got every keep down, it can be a little bit tough to get the side soak going. And while Illusion is able to scout out this boss attempt, Johanna just now coming back. Arthas coming into the fold here. We do have Evo up here for Abathur. Camp when the boss battle is real, instantly interrupting the jugs. The Ancestral comes out, but Rogue is going to end up falling there, and everyone full committing to it. McNulty with the resets, going to be able to throw out all kinds of damage, and 2+2 gets a 4-for-1 exchange, and King not going to be able to make it out either, and that is going to maybe end up being game here. They have to be careful though. Does 2+2? The core is under assault. I don't know if Axon can do this alone here. Yeah, they are going to go ahead and send back McNulty. All they have to do is stop the core from falling. The boss is marching in here. 26 or 21 seconds until anyone is up over on the side of 2+2. They're going to start marching in towards that keep. They start slowly taking down the shield here. The boss is going to be able to chunk it. An 18-minute boss here. And this could end up being pretty close. They are able to successfully deter the catapults. Meanwhile, the core is falling down. They have enough to be able to finish this off. The boss should be able to well away at it. And 2+2 down 3 keeps to nothing, winning yet again. I don't know how they came back in that one. Patient play, good macro calling, and just in general, you know, they were able to take the later game team fights yet again with the Abathur. The late game comp shows itself to be truly super strong. Solid play coming out from 2+2 all day today. I want to thank both these teams for coming out, putting on a good show for us. That is going to do it for me today for ESM, guys. Thank you very much for joining me.
New follower detected.
SureNet, thank you very much for the follow. I'll be back on a little bit later. I'm going to go grab some lunch and take a little bit of a break But tonight we're going to be doing some game reviews. So anybody wants to have their game reviewed, we'll go over it on stream, give you guys my take on it and any advice I can do. I don't pretend to be a super expert in the realm of Heroes of the Storm. I do watch quite a lot of it, though. I like to think I can give some good insight, not to mention the chat also, anybody that's hanging around. So we'll start that in about 3 hours at 6 o'clock PST. We're going to start calling it Sub-Sunday Game Reviews. So priorities will go to anybody that's subscribed to the channel that wants their games reviewed. We're going to start doing that on Sunday evenings moving forward. If nobody has any games they want me to review, I'll just go into our own Reborn Knights Red games and review those. Of course, you don't have to be a sub to get your game reviewed. You can just hop on in, and we will go ahead and get those to me, probably via Discord. In the meantime, thank you guys very much for joining me for ESM. We'll be back next week with more ESM. The final week for Season 1, tournament number 7. And after that, starting 2 weeks, we'll be starting out Season number 2. We'll reset the point standings, and we'll start it off all fresh for an 8-week season with playoffs at the end. Have a good day, guys.